Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Guild of Icons. It's a slightly different session. We're all in black and white because we're in noir. Settle down, pour yourself a drink, and unless you're not of drinking age or you're an alcoholic, don't do it then.
If you're not of drinking age, why are you watching Guild of Icons?
It's a good question. Guild of Icons really is the drinking person's D&D show. I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's the D&D show for the more sophisticated people, unlike the other one.
Nick's gotten into making cocktails, but now we can't drink. And on his birthday. Happy birthday, Nick.
On his birthday.
God damn it. God damn it. All right, we're going to get started pretty soon because I have a vague feeling this is going to overrun because, you know, there's a lot of things in the fire.
I was expecting more reaction from everyone else from my quick change there.
I didn't even notice, actually. That's how quick it was. I was too busy reading stuff.
I'll be honest, I thought it looked cool, but I sort of gaslit myself into assuming you were wearing that the entire time.
I'm not in the scene right now, and I'm pretty method.
I'm just unobservant.
For thousands of years, sparks hung in space, inert, drifting, and many hang there still. The spark is a lonely thing, and each of its children longs to be reunited with the others. Hundreds of stars danced in the pitch, grew closer, brighter, forming their own sparks. The blackness had not grown complacent. It sought these candles in the dark and quenched them. The sparks, ever connected to each other, felt their depths and cried out. But they are not the spark of melancholy, they are the fire of passion, of endurance and resistance. They would not die in isolation, and so they grouped together faster and faster in greater numbers, forming magnificent incandescent suns that could not be so easily extinguished. The darkness persisted, and ruin once again came for creation. One by one, the children were silenced. But those that burned with the fiercest light died not in vain. Like their progenitor, they too exploded, seeding the cosmos with more sparks than ever before. We once again felt instantly that pull. And now, we fly off to Karaki. The rain pounds on the window, like regret tapping on the door of a long-lost lover. You drag yourself out of the beer-soaked cocoon you call a bed, the hangover clawing at the inside of your skull like a feral cat trying to escape a waterlogged sack. Last night's mistakes linger on your tongue, mixing with the earthy scent of mildew. Karaki shares your misery as the rain pours down the walls of her narrow alleyways. And there, too close for comfort, the swirling abyss, drawing in the settling sunlight, with the hunger of an alley cat outside of a butcher's lapping frothing blood from the gutter. Some call it the end of days, but in your world, every day feels like the end anyway. They say every cloud has a silver lining, but in Karaki, all you see is the gleam of a blade waiting to cut your throat. As you contemplate the end outside your window, a sharp knock pierces the rain's rhythmic drumming. You pull yourself together enough to stumble towards the door, and there she is. A vision in smoke and shadow. Her eyes, a stormy mix of desperation and allure, lock onto yours. Wordlessly, she conveys an edge of danger, clinging to her like the scent of rain-soaked pavement. The intensity of her gaze and the urgency in her voice draw you into a world where the line between protector and prey blurs with every raindrop. She says, "So, you gonna let me in?"
Pause for one moment, Nick. Where the fuck am I?
You are in Karaki. You are in the office of well, you don't know what office. You're in an office room. It feels very unfamiliar to you. But you know the city well enough.
Mm-hmm. Vague idea where I am.
You reckon you're in the Mulch, which is the sort of poorer area of Karaki.
Okay, makes sense. Vague time of day.
Sunset.
I'm waking up at sunset. Is there a name on the door very quickly as I open it?
Yes, it says Hannah Delhammer, private investigator.
And the last memory that I, as Shay, who normally pretends to be Hannah, is dying in the middle of the null zone?
Yes.
What shape do I currently have on now? And what clothes do I have on top of that shape?
You are wearing the shape of Hannah.
Good start.
You are wearing... what would a detective Hannah look like? I think you're wearing a dirty...
wearing suspenders.
You're probably wearing suspenders. You're wearing a dirty overcoat
cheap trousers
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. A hat.
You're saying she's dressed like Eao?
Now, when you put it like that, a little bit like Eao.
And do I recognize who is in front of me?
Yes. You recognize the person in front of you. It is Alana.
Well, I guess I'm better then. and open the door to let Alana in. And I am going to look around this flop house that I appear to find myself in and work out just where, when, and how the fuck I am here.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
I don't like that. I don't like that ability. I play a low intelligence character.
Yes, that's what makes this session very fun to me.
18.
18's great, though. 18 is great. Okay.
That's what I rolled on the dice, so it better be.
You are pretty sure that this is either some kind of illusion or some kind of like mental effect propagated into your head in some way. Now, you know that
Okay.
ordinarily you're reasonably immune to that thanks to the ring of mind shielding.
Mm-hmm. Normally.
But you also know that the null
When I'm
zone
wearing it.
turns off all magical items.
And I'm also going to be aware that I don't have any of my magical items on me at this juncture.
Yeah,
according
you
to
can't hear Zephos. That's weird.
That is concerning. The fact that Zephos isn't talking to me as well is also concerning.
Hmm.
And
Probably
do I
more than
see...
anything.
I mean, yeah. And is there a calendar, a diary, a journal, anything else of that nature, some correspondence, anything on a desk?
Yep, there
Even
absolutely,
like I'll accept bills at this juncture.
there absolutely is. So the bills are in your name.
course.
You are heavily in the red. And the date is the 27th of Dust. The day is chance, should you need it, equivalent to a Saturday.
Now, for reference for me, because I'm not as familiar with the Atos calendar, what time is that? What date is that in relation to when we enter the null zone?
Cantor exploded on the 18th of Dust. You entered the null zone on the 25th of Dust. So it is 2 days after that.
2 days after everything exploded.
Mhm.
Okay. And Alana, as she enters, does she look like she recognizes me for who I am, or is she here
No,
on?
she doesn't. She doesn't look like she recognizes you at all.
Cool. Right. I'm going to sit down in one side of the desk and point to. Presumably, I've got another chair for her to sit on.
Yeah. She brushes the empty bottles out of the chair and sits down gingerly and says, I've got a problem.
Well, I've got several, and I point at the bills. Many problems apparently. But
Maybe
you
I
first.
can help you with yours and you can help me with mine. Someone's trying to
I
kill
severely
me.
doubt you can help me with one. Well, that is a concern.
I need you to stop them. Find out who they are, kill them or bring them to justice. I don't care. Just stop them.
And I call myself like I look around for anything that's not alcoholic at this juncture. Anything nearby.
There is there is
A seltzer or something.
a seltzer.
Are there
yeah,
cigarettes? They're not alcoholic.
There's,
I presume there is at least a bottle of tonic water available nearby.
there's a bottle
to
of
go with the
tonic
gin.
water. Yeah, it's right next to the gin.
I pour myself a tonic at this juncture and offer her a drink at this juncture.
Yeah.
Gin,
Excuse.
tonic, both, neither.
I'll take the gin. No tonic.
Pour her a shot of gin. Okay. Start at the top. Someone is trying to kill you, but you don't know who it is, and you need them to be stopped.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some idea, but I don't know who exactly.
What's Alana currently wearing? Just out of interest.
She is in.
Not her executioner outfit, I guess.
She is in a sort of long red dress, quite sheer, high heels, of
Why don't we start at the beginning then? Your name, what you do, and why you think someone might be trying to kill you.
Well, I'm Alana. I deal in information.
And presumably being a dealer of information, such as yourself, you're going to get a lot of people trying to kill you.
Yeah.
But presume that's not a new feeling for you.
I can handle it when I'm on home turf. I'm not on home turf here.
Home turf being,
You wouldn't have heard of it.
I'm going to say, Brimey.
Name a Cantlaw ring a bell to you?
Nothing iconic. Out on the ocean, some type of wizard's institution.
Yeah. I used to run security for them, let's put it that way. I know my security, but I know my security when I'm dealing with wizards. I'm not so good at dealing with common criminals. And I think that's what I'm up against right now.
Well,
They
I
have the home
can't say
turf
I enjoyed
advantage.
it.
They know the alleyways.
I can't say I'm exactly equipped to deal with magical threats. So if you need something of that caliber, you're going to have to go talk to some more complicated folks in town, I'm sure there's someone I can put you in the direction of. I start looking for a Rolodex.
Leave the magical threats to me. I need you to deal with the scumbags.
So you managed to piss off the locals, have you?
You heard of a place called the Bloody Rose?
Good question, Nick. Have I heard of the place called the Bloody Rose?
You would have heard of a place called the Bloody Rose. It is a combination pit fighting establishment and brothel. It is up to you whether you have visited as Hannah, but it is a reasonably popular establishment in Karaki, and Hannah has spent some time there.
You come down from an ivory tower and have managed to annoy both threats, mundane and magical. I'd say this is going to be charging you a pretty penny for this one.
I pay well. And she reaches into a pocket that didn't exist before in her dress, and she pulls out the edge of a piece of armor that looks far larger than the pocket. Just look at that, and you look and it's adamantine.
Oh my, someone did come prepared.
I'll give it to you now if you take the case.
And you want names? You want them dead?
Dead or with the authorities, I don't care, as long as I never see them again.
And how long you to business in town for?
The foreseeable future.
Well, no time like the present then. Now, excuse me, I should probably get cleaned up. I'm going to walk to whatever passes for a bathroom in this place.
She says, before you go, take this. Put it on. It might help you. She hands you your magic item.
Well, it's an adamantium breastplate and therefore not magical, but yes.
It is in 5e.
Annoyingly so.
Yeah, it is
yes,
weird.
Breastplate with no bonuses to armor class, but does make me immune to critical hits. Closing door, instantly dropping to changing form and hyperventilating. Okay.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Okay. Right.
Anytime Hannah went to the bathroom during the Cantlar work, this is what was happening.
Has it happened before?
It must have. You were there for several days.
Cycling through absolutely every face that I can recognize over the past 4 weeks. This is going to include the entirety of the Guild of Icons, everyone from Cantlar, everyone from the upper classes of Karaki. Is there anyone missing in my memory?
Nope. You've got full memory as always.
Can I shift into Merrick Winifred?
Yep.
Can I shift into anyone from Wark?
Yep. Oh, well, anyone you know from Wark.
That's the thing. Do I know people I don't know from Wark?
No, you can't shift into anyone from Wark except Grounded. I believe
Just
you
making
don't.
sure.
I don't think Hannah has. Well, because Hannah's been about at places. Like Hannah might have gone to Wark. Is what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, but it's I'm not able to shift into say Grounded's siblings or into anyone who would have been at the Masquerade Ball we had last time we played.
God, that would have been funny if none of this was in your heads and you'd all been changelings the whole time, and I dropped that on you right at the end of the campaign.
I'm currently as a player scrambling through just to make sure, just to get a fabric and a grip and everything on what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Shift back into Hannah, and doing like actual showering stuff with whatever's available in whatever facilities are available, which I'm presuming is just a bowl of water. At this juncture.
Yeah, you got a basin, and you got various, cheap-looking soaps, not the expensive ones that Eao used to have.
I still have a bottle of that.
Yeah, back into Hannah, back into like what passes for presentable detective clothing at this juncture, which is pretty much what I went into with, but a slightly better shirt and the breastplate on top of it. Then jacket on. I'm going to step out of the bathroom, and then I'm just going to. I'm presuming I'm in an office which has got like Venetian blinds or something.
Yeah, Venetian blinds, definitely.
Yeah, and Alana is presumably still sitting in her chair.
Yeah, she's grabbed the bottle of gin and has poured herself another one.
That's fine. Keep her distracted, and I'm just going to peek through the blinds and see first what state the sky is in.
Yeah, so you can see the null zone. It's pretty big. It is sort of rippling weirdly. It didn't used to. It's grown considerably. It's sort of budding up to the mulch now.
I'm just going to look through at the street level and see if there's anyone like looking at my building.
No one appears to be at them. Oh, tell you what, actually, make me a perception check, and I will.
I'm not very good at that.
See if you can beat that. Yeah,
no, single figures.
No, okay. No one is watching the building. Alana says, "Do you want to hear about the suspects?"
We probably should then. And I clear more spots on the desk and bring out a notepad, presumably, if I can find one.
Yeah, you can find a notepad, or write on several bills or something.
If you ever seem suspicious about me not knowing my way around the apartment, I'm presuming the sheer amount of evidence to why my brain might be in an adult state is enough for her.
Yeah. That's enough for her. She says, okay, so I've been working down in the Bloody Rose for 2-3 weeks, getting information, you understand. No better place than an entertainment venue to hear people talk, I tell you that. Well, I'm not the only one. There's a tiefling down there. Very, very good at disguises. But I've seen through it a couple of times.
Name this tiefling?
I asked a couple of people for a bit more information. I get different names every time. Best luck I had was when I asked the criminal elements of Karaki who assign a name of T-Bolt to this person. I don't know if that's their actual name or just another.
Anyone else you managed to offend?
Yeah, there's the owner of the establishment. Girl by the name of Nice Scarlet. She's got rainbow hair, hard to miss. She didn't like the way I was approaching her customers.
Yeah, most people go to a place like that to either drink or bet on the fights. It tends not to be a place for sharing of the information.
Didn't like my more pointed questions, let me put it that way. There's a second girl. She's a bit different. Cleric or something, I think. Is only really there to, I don't know, like get rid of people's diseases and stuff. Didn't like how I was, I don't know. Didn't like how I was treating people, I think. Shouted at me once for being cruel. Said I was a monster and a better world adventurers would hunt me.
Nick, do I get the feeling that this is actually Alana in all her lovely glory?
Oh, this is actually Alana, yeah.
Which Alana?
You get the vibe this is probably Alana number 1.
Okay.
This T-Bolt, Nice Scarlet, and the cleric named Elise Ann Petrel. You can find them all at the Bloody Rose almost all the time.
So you want me to go down there, keep scared which one's trying to off you?
Deal with them.
And where will you be in the meantime?
Oh, I'm coming with you. If someone's going to try to off me, they're going to have to do it in front of the person wearing adamantine breastplate.
I see.
I'm no idiot.
Well, plenty to argue otherwise. After all, looking around the place, I don't imagine I come highly recommended.
I need someone who knows the back alleys. You live in them.
Apparently so. All right. I have an idea what time the place opens, right, Nick? So
always open 24/7.
The time like the present, then.
Okay.
After you, Alana.
This place hasn't been the same since Mother Hen left the business. It was more popular, sure, but the building had lost its soul. The sound of 2 fighters grunting in the fight pit could be heard. The blood and booze lingers in the air. People cheer as a large impact can be heard from down below. The proprietress of the place stood at the bar of the building, cleaning the gray bar top with a dirty rag. She had an air of danger about her, a lady of the night with hair shining bright, shifting with colors that contrast the dead and monochrome city. She looked at the investigator with malice. Her kind hanging around ain't good for business. People come here to hide from their worries, and PIs, they only bring more. How can I help you, doll? You here for business or pleasure?
Inspiration. Yeah, so you're faced with Nice Scarlet.
Which one would you prefer?
Honestly, I'd prefer if you left, but I feel like that's not happening.
Call it pleasure then, and I can start with a drink.
What do you want?
Tonic with lemon.
Not really much of a drink. She pours.
If some gin finds its way into there, I'm not going to refuse.
So what do you want? Why'd you bring her along?
Oh, you've met.
I'll have a double gin, please.
Of course we met. She's been harassing my girls for a couple weeks now, scaring off a lot of customers. Just about had it with you, honestly. And she
Is Alana saying anything in response?
She pushes
just staring.
She just pushes the drinks to the two of you.
She sniffs it. Do you mind taking a sip first? She says to Hannah.
If you're worried about poison, I wouldn't. It's bad for business.
I heard how you got this job.
Drink mine first. Tastes the same.
Yes, a reputation I'm still trying to shake. Mother Hen trusted that man for so long. Not sure why he did what he did.
It might be my imagination playing tricks on me, but last I heard, the low marshal dealt with that.
Low Marshal Dunwich. Yeah. I heard she had some sort of history with Mother Hen, but never got into that.
Any idea what Low Marshal's currently up to?
If I was to take a guess, drinking on the job, much like her predecessor.
How much can I infer from that? From, I'm presuming, timeline break.
Not a ton, because drinking on the job is likely what she was doing in your timeline.
That is
2
slander.
days after, 2 days after we went into the null zone.
That is true. In this timeline, Eao Dunwich has gone into the null zone, but is ill prepared to do so without a paladin.
I mean, they'd be fine without the hand.
I don't think you fully understand how many effects you simply turned off by being within a 10-foot radius of Hannah in that first session in the null zone.
And so I'm going to have to say to the bartender, well, surely, Scarlett, Low Marshal should be dealing with, the big existential threat to your business. That thing.
If it's not that, it'll be something else. It always is with this city.
There is sort of a fatalist vibe amongst the people left in Karaki now. They just kind of think that it'll either stop or it won't. Business is business, though. There's always business.
So, are you here to just scare off more of my customers, or is there a purpose to all these questions?
I'm here to drink your gin on this one's dime.
Where's the god botherer?
Miss Petrel?
Yeah.
She should be around here somewhere.
And Alana scans around. Lisa and Petrel, you are currently on the floor of the pit in the Bloody Rose, tending to a pit fighter's broken arm.
Well, aforementioned large impact we heard before.
Question, is this pit fighter anyone we know, or?
Did you all meet Harkus Saddlefrong? Yeah, it's probably Harkus. I think he's still alive.
Okay.
He's very oily, which is making the lay on hands difficult.
Sorry, it's hard to do this with all this oil.
Yeah. Makes the pecs stand out, though.
Yeah, I guess. Does that give you an advantage in a fight?
No.
What's it for then?
The banister and just watch the floor and see this going on, I guess.
He gestures up and at the general sort of banister, and the only person you can actually see at the moment is Hannah looking down. No one else is really, because there's not a fight on. No one else is really bothered. It's like, girls like to see it, don't they?
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, I mean, I'm a girl. I guess it's shiny, but I don't guess it. Like, don't people usually like their cart shiny or their weapons shiny?
Yeah, and these are my weapons.
You
goes,
don't fight with them.
Never mind. Maybe that one's not my weapon at the moment.
Yeah. Hold still. I'll just channel there. Yeah. There's a fancy word for it. How Morian has control over life and death. Well, not control because it's kind of abstract, but basically,
You're about to kill me, are you?
No, I'm sorry. I'm doing the opposite. I wouldn't kill anyone. Well, maybe.
You're gonna give birth to me?
He doesn't. What's?
Am I allowed to get into the pit at this
Yes. Yeah, you can get
yeah.
it.
Hey, he's naive on here.
Oh, Harkus Saddlefrong is an idiot and always has been.
Just gonna walk over. We're just gonna go walk over to Harker and just poke him with lay on hands of the two.
Oh,
Better.
Yeah. You one of them god bonks as well?
Different school of thought.
Well, thanks.
Just give you. Yeah.
That was great. I was worried about that one. She wanted to be my mum.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway,
yeah,
nice meeting you both. And he takes a quill and he writes. He just holds still, and he grabs your head and tilts your head and he writes his name on your cheek. It's not his name because he can't actually spell it. No, this is on Lisa. It's just an H. And you want one? And he goes to grab your head.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, if you ever need one, you come over. I'll sign anything.
Love the pecs.
Thanks. I oiled them myself.
I'd suggest lavender oil.
Was lamp oil a bad idea?
No, lamp oil is a real bad idea. Yeah, you're going to want something. Yeah, you're going to want something of a bit of a less flammable nature.
Well, I'll go take it off in my room with all the candles. And he walks off.
Thanks for that. I was a bit nervous about getting it right. Last time I healed someone, I channeled some sort of negative energy into them, and yeah, I mean, one of the other acolytes managed to fix it, but it only made it worse. And
you cast inflict wounds on an injured person.
No, she cast
We're chill.
all the dead.
Oh, okay. That's not great either.
I mean, it was only 2d12.
Okay. What do I know about Lisan at this point? Like, aside from his cleric.
Not a ton.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, not a ton. You don't move really in the same circles most of the time. You may have seen, if you've been to the Bloody Rose before, you might have seen her here. But otherwise not really moved in the same
during
circle.
the section right before we entered the null zone, you probably would have seen Eao looking really bashful around her, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. She was missing an arm, and she's still missing an arm. She has got a replacement arm because Gargoyle does exist in this universe.
And Lisan does not know me at the moment, even though I'm pretty sure we would have an introduction at least during that walkthrough. Annoying.
No idea. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shay is slowly putting the pieces together of her memory in her mind, speedrunning this Disco Elysium thing as fast as possible.
Yeah, you know her from various minor encounters with her. She has no idea who you are.
Nice to meet you, by the way. Lisan. Have we met before? I'm sorry. I meet a lot of people around here. Were you one of the fighters? Did I cure you of one of the infections?
Well, I meet a lot of people too, and presumably you're acquainted with this drow here, pointing back towards Alana.
Alana waves.
Yeah, I wouldn't heal her unless I really had to.
Is Alana flirtily waving at Lisan here?
No, she's
Does
just.
Alana just have a type, and the type is Divine Spellcaster?
She's in mortal danger. She's having fun.
Alana has a type, and that type is Divine Spellcaster.
She's horrible, you know.
More than you would.
So cruel to the girls. I mean, she follows them home sometimes, like the bad kind of customer. I'm surprised she's allowed in here.
Stalking the clientele of Scars up there anyway. I'm assuming you deal more with the fighters down here.
Yeah, occasionally customers if one of the girls thinks they might not be too well. I guess if they're paying for something, they might as well be healthy when they're doing it. Seems a bit upmarket for this place, though.
Well, it's good for an employment place to have a good sense of healthcare. When did that one show up? I point towards Alana. How long ago?
Would I know this?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Ooh, okay. This is now Keith the player and Shay doing some mental timekeeping here. My understanding, and please Nick, correct me if I'm completely wrong, we spent a week back in Karaki when we got back from Cantlore.
Yeah.
Cantlore itself was also 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So Alana would have left, just under 2 weeks. So Alana would have left before the Guild of Icons show. After the Guild of Icons
After the Guild of Icons showed up, about a week in, about halfway through the Guild of Icons' reign of terror on Cantlore.
Okay. Yep, continuing to put together pieces. So 3 weeks ago, this one shows up, starts stalking the girls here.
Yeah, I don't know what she's after. I don't know, maybe she wants to start her own establishment and she's trying to recruit them, or maybe she's...
an awfully charitable...
Yeah, she's up to something, though.
Oh, definitely. But at the moment, she's paying me well to make sure she doesn't die. So, unfortunately, I am following at this juncture. You wouldn't be planning anything yourself, would you?
No. I mean,
inside check.
It's a shame.
On this poor cleric.
It's a shame.
An insight check.
It'll be a shame if she died. I suppose if she was injured or something, I'd be obliged to help her and get it right.
I bet you would.
Out of interest.
Nick.
So we're going to do this slightly differently to how I would normally.
Yeah.
We're going to do this as a contested check. Please roll me a deception check, Lisan.
Okay.
24 is high, though. I'm not even sure you can beat that, but we'll see. I mean, you're a high-level character.
I mean, I only add 5 to my insight.
Yeah, I don't think I can actually beat this because I've got a modifier of 0, but I'll roll on principle.
You Yeah.
19.
19. So you did well. Lisanne is lying to you when she says it would be a shame if something happened to her.
She slips into a slight dwarven accent when she said it.
I mean, I can't imagine many people would miss her around here if something did happen to her. If you were far away, I don't imagine people would miss her, right?
I wouldn't say that, but she's not very nice.
That's not said. She is not very nice. But I get the impression that Lisanne would not even attempt to do anything herself, just would not care when iota if something did happen.
You get that sort of vague impression. Maybe.
Someone should do something, but I would never.
At this point, you hear from the rafters. The rafter? Would that be the right term?
Yeah,
No,
first floor. The
first
bar
floor
area.
You hear from above. Okay, that'll be enough with harassing the cleric. She has enough on her plate.
Speak to you soon, Lisanne. Sure.
You notice that you haven't found the third suspect yet.
Not yet, no.
No.
And that would be our tiefling.
Yeah.
Right?
Question, by the way, have I been able to notice if Lisanne will probably be keeping an eye on Alana through the entire conversation because, she's not someone you want to let out of your sight.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have seen anything?
No, she's just kind of been watching you two talk.
So yeah, we'll go back to Alana and continue to watch just the fighting pit out vacantly next to her and go, so you've managed to come here, fend the bartender and the cleric by harassing the staff of this place.
Yeah, you could call me a people person.
Wouldn't be able to. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Suit yourself.
I'll tell you, I made a very, very foolish decision.
You found the
With
tiefling
avowed
yet?
honesty. Been busy interviewing the other suspects. So what did you do to the tiefling then?
He's running the same game I am. Building information. I trade in it, he trades in it. We go about it slightly different ways.
If he's as competent as you are at this, more so I'd hope, and he's here, he'll have noticed me. And I presume if he is of the type that wants to know what's going on and wants to talk to me, he'll arrange for it himself. Otherwise, I'm willing to give him 10 minutes and enjoy his drink before I go find him.
Hey, somebody mentioned playing some games, trading around. There's some gambling going on. I might be interested in that.
Do I see T-Ball at this
No.
point? No? Ooh.
Why don't you
I
introduce
found-
the temporary character you're playing? Pixel.
Oh, hey, Patrick. It sounds like you guys are looking for something, maybe someone. I mean, I only heard about trading in games.
Trading in games. I assume you're here to watch the fights then.
Oh yeah, I like watching the fights. Although mainly I just I talk to people.
Have I met this person before, Nick?
Never.
Ooh, okay. Well, you have me at last. What is your name?
Patrick, like I said.
Good to meet you, Patrick.
I mean,
Describe
maybe
your character for us, Pixel.
just kind of short and stout, looks a bit old, wearing kind of like a decent jacket, kind of a flat cap on.
Say you're a regular around here then, Patrick, yes?
Oh, I'm very regular. A lot of people around here, they know who I am. We talk, we keep each other informed, on everything that's going on in our lives. I mean, hopefully there'll be stuff going on in our lives. Hopefully they'll get rid of that big thing out there.
Then yes.
So hey,
keep themselves distracted with most recently.
well, I was, keeping myself distracted with games, but I might have heard another word in your conversation. Not that I was eavesdropping or anything, but you're looking for a tiefling?
We are, yeah. I look towards Alana to see vaguely how she's reacting towards Patrick at the moment.
She doesn't look phased by this at all. Like she's seen Patrick about before.
Okay.
Well, if you're looking for a tiefling, okay, so like horns. Well, most tieflings have horns, I guess, but silvery,
The hit stereotype.
kinda.
That matches it, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I know them. That's T-Ball you're thinking of. T-Ball's not here around this time.
Where is he?
Oh,
I would appreciate it if you would not discuss the business of other patrons.
oh, well, that's fine because T-Ball is somewhere else, and we can go there. If you don't want us talking about it here.
Let's go.
She grabs Patrick's arm. You are on thin ice here. Thin ice.
Hey, they want to meet somebody. T-Bot's a friend.
If anything happens, it is on your head.
Well, okay, Scarlet. That wasn't very nice.
No, she's not.
I mean, hey, if
Question.
you...
Gee, that's high praise. Yes, Lisanne.
Would Lisanne have actually heard it? Would Lisanne have heard any of this?
Yeah, once you'd gotten the oil off your hands, you'd probably gotten out of the pit. It's quite dusty and sandy. So you probably heard a lot of this.
I'm like, T-Bot's just someone that I talk to. If you want to come and supervise, then feel free.
I don't like the idea of those two being out of our sight, but gotta do what we gotta do.
Let's go for a walk. Your suspect isn't here.
All right, yeah, come on, follow me. It's just down a few alleyways.
Excuse me?
Hi,
Yeah,
Lisanne.
Bubbles?
Hey, Lisanne.
You're not going to bother the T-Bot, are you? He's quite nice.
Oh, no, I don't think these ladies are gonna bother him,
No, of course not.
Can I get insight checks on absolutely everyone here at this juncture, please?
I mean, T-Bot loves talking to people. They seem like they want to talk to him, so...
Yeah, but
Lisanne and Hannah, you get that Alana is certainly planning to bother T-Bot.
Of course.
that's scary.
You can roll an insight check against Patrick if you would like. I already have the stats for Patrick alongside the rest of them.
Ooh. And if Blabber's fine. 22.
Okay, I mean, Patrick seems to be telling you the truth.
Fine. How far away is he?
Oh, it's just down a couple of alleys. It's kind of an inconspicuous looking door. I guess he doesn't want to be found by too many people, but...
Let's walk and talk. I imagine Scarlet wants me out of her hair as fast as possible.
I'd
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Okay.
Clunk, clunk.
You navigate Karaki's back alleys, a labyrinth of danger like pawns in a deadly game. The dim glow of distant lanterns cast long, menacing shadows that seem to dance with unseen threats. Each footfall echoes through the twisting alleys, accompanied by an unsettling silence. As you tread cautiously, the city's heartbeat synchronizes with your own, a rhythmic reminder that every corner conceals the edge of a dagger or the whisper of betrayal. In the dance of shadows, the line between predator and prey blurs, and the rain-soaked city seems intent on keeping its secrets buried beneath the cobblestones. As you are passing through the alleyways, I need to roll a stealth check. Oh, that's pretty poor. Okay, let me just double check. All right. So who spots? Lisanne, as your passive perception is ridiculous. Cannot stress this enough. Your passive perception being 23 is... yeah. You spot, as you're going through these narrow, dark alleyways, the sun now fully set, you spot, just against a brief break in the clouds overhead, a humanoid shape up on the roof. And it is there just for a moment before it vanishes, fleeing over the rooftops.
You okay there? You look like you're seeing a ghost.
Eyes straight up that way.
There was something on the roof.
Yeah, my eyes go straight up that way. What was up there?
There was someone, but as soon as Lisanne spotted them, they spotted Lisanne and bolted, but they were silhouetted against the stars in the night sky. So it was hard to get any other features.
I mean, I got lost around here the other day. I don't want to do it again.
Sorry, let me just double check, actually. Lisanne, roll me a perception check for this extra bit. I'm not running off passive on this one. It's going to be a high DC. It's going to be a 25.
Okay. Well, this is up to the dice then.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check my modifier again. 24.
24. I won't give you the full information then. You saw a figure wearing a cloak and hood over their head. Someone trying to obscure their head. Or possibly whatever was on their head.
Someone was wearing a hood. She says hypocritically.
I was about to say, can't imagine why.
And you saw a faint glow of green about the head.
There was a green glow.
Well, I'm not sure about the green, but like plenty of people were hoods around here.
How's Alana taking the news for green glow?
Plenty of untrustworthy people around here. And these handlers at Alana.
I don't know anyone with a green head.
I mean, hey, just because they're wearing a cloak doesn't mean they're untrustworthy. I mean, maybe they just don't like their hair, you know?
You know, a lot of people who stalk about on rooftops and run away as soon as anyone sees them.
Well, not particularly, but...
Exactly.
Well, there was the rumor of, that one rogue who grew up in a rich family.
I mean, I don't know.
You continue on, and you make it to a nondescript door. Patrick, take over.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, mainly I just give T-Boss updates on whatever I'm talking about. They love to, they're a gossip. I should probably go in though. T-Boss doesn't like people that they're not really that familiar with going in. So I'll go in first, and then I'll kind of chat them up to get them go out see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds great. At this point, I'm just going to constantly just look around to see what's going to try and kill me, as well as be inherently distrustful of Patrick at this moment. But
Make me a perception
got an
check.
idea where this is going. Nah.
And Patrick enters into the door.
Perception 7 check there, so nah.
You're fine. They're scared off. They're not coming back. Okay, while Patrick is inside in this door and you're waiting out in the night, let me see if I can beat Lee Stan's passive perception.
Yes, naively standing here.
Sure would help if I could roll above a 10.
You don't get
Okay.
banned.
This time, you see the same figure as before on the rooftop, and you get a better look at them. Their hood is over, but their hair is glowing a different color now, blue. And they're holding a fine-looking crossbow, which they are aiming at you.
Abdi-san, me, or
You say their hair is glowing.
Just sort of the three of you. I may have said that, yeah.
Nice. Is that you?
Whoever it is bolts.
I assume you saw your rooftop stalker again.
Yeah, the hair was glowing. Like Nice says. I mean,
Do I?
unless it's someone trying to, maybe it could. I mean, it could just be someone impersonating her. A wizard could just make a light under their hood to make it look like her.
Do I know nice type of person who has skulked across the roofs? Presumably, I know
normally think
vaguely of the
to
people
do
who
that.
are in Kuraki.
She works more in the sort of charming people, but not in like charm magic. She wouldn't do that. That's illegal. But just being pleasant, getting them on her side.
I mean, she wouldn't do that. She's not a monster. I mean, there's only one monster around here.
Alana looks at you and goes, "If you're about to say me, I swear to God."
Do I need to
No
say it?
murdering anyone. No
I mean,
murdering's taking place while I'm here.
Look,
Fish.
all I'm saying is if we just took out the fine. It's your operation.
It's Alana's MO to just kill any suspect in a case and then it's definitively solved.
Yeah, absolutely. So around about now, there's probably been enough time that Patrick's been gone. What happens, Pixel?
The door opens, and then standing in front of you, nicely dressed in their own slick waistcoat with some suit pants and with a top hat holding a cane, it is a silver tiefling with bright silver eyes.
Hey,
Hello,
Mel.
detective. Lizanne. Good morning.
Good evening.
How are you doing today?
Presume-
Oh, is it evening? I can't keep much track of the time from within there. Of course, hard to tell at all, given, well,
I assume you've met my client here, indicating
We've met.
Alana.
oh, yes, of course we've met.
Quick insight check on exactly how surprised you were, or lack of surprise you were, at seeing Alana here.
Go for it.
Okay. I'll detest it.
I have to stop roll. I have to
Yep.
stop rolling really, really high on these. No, I don't. 23.
23.
15.
15. Okay. What's the truth? What's the truth, people?
The truth is, T-Bolt isn't very surprised to see Alana.
Is the truth more a case of you knew exactly where to look to say, hello, detective, hello, Lisanne, yes, we've met Alana. As though you were here 5 minutes ago, disguised self. Do I get that?
Maybe.
Do I get that read off your character?
Perhaps.
You won the check, yes.
Just
yeah, T-Bolt was Patrick all along.
cool. Well, I've been reliably informed by at least one person that you are in the information gathering business.
Oh, yes, and getting quite a crowded business these days.
Well, we don't want to really stay on your doorstep while we do so. I imagine people would start raising suspicions. May we come in?
By all means.
I have a question, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Is this place that they were all brought? Is this the bar?
No, I think they went off to just a little hidey hole that T-Bolt has. It's not very far away, and I would argue Nice Scarlet knows where it is if you would like to.
Yeah, please coordinate everyone to be in the same area.
If you would like to be in the same scene as everyone else. After, I'm not going to lie, I expected you to follow them.
Do sit down. I'm sure Scarlet will be joining us soon enough. So suspicious all the time. But it is a nice source of information.
What
Okay.
feelings you've been having my client? I'm assuming nothing particularly pleasant.
Well, I can't be too happy about competition showing up to my game, but I've been civil.
Iris, make me a perception check, please.
Roll.
How do I keep rolling so badly? From your point of view, where you are, what you see is a shadowy figure on the rooftop, taking aim at the group in general, and has long blonde hair.
Can the group be seen from here? Are they not inside the building?
You can. They're just going into the building. From what you can see. Sorry, I didn't see your DM earlier. So this point happens sort of just before they've gone inside.
Mm.
And then they go inside, and the figure on the roof looks frustrated and moves away.
I want to position myself, if possible, above the building so I could see if or when the figure tries to go in.
Okay, you can do that. You've got enough time. I'm not going to require any. I will take a stealth check, but I'm not going to require any athletics or acrobatics.
Because of One with Shadows, could I perhaps argue advantage here on the stealth?
What does One with Shadows let you do?
One with Shadows makes it to where if I am in dim light or darker, I can use an action to become invisible till I start moving again.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, you got advantage. So really all you're trying to do is be quiet at this point. You are functionally invisible.
19.
That's good. What are you up against? I'm getting rid of this D20. I swear to God, you're fine.
Can anyone see her from looking out some window or anything?
No, these are really sort of narrow alleyways. Once you're in a building, you're not going to see anything other than street level. Because you'd have to look like all the way up to be able to see them. But that also means they've got a terrible line of sight on people inside buildings when you're up on rooftops like Nice Scarlet currently is. So back to the three of you. T-Bolt.
I've been civil about our interactions.
Yeah, you said it'd be nice enough to let us in. So, I'm going to turn to Alana at this juncture. So, three fairly civil people, if a little bit put out by your abrasive demeanor. Why do you think one of them wants to kill you?
We heard bubbles.
There's got to be more than that than just a bad feeling and wishing someone was dead.
If I knew the answer, I wouldn't need to hire you. I'd just kill them
There's got to be a
myself.
bit more.
She gestures
There's
at
got to be a
T-Bolt.
little bit more.
I'm muscling in on that one's information network, scaring off his contacts. Nice Scarlet is upset that I'm scaring away her customers, and Bubbles thinks I'm a monster.
But in a better world, heroes would be after you, not secured by another innocence.
You see?
I'm going to look vaguely at T-Bog at this junction and try and work out how you're feeling about this.
You didn't threaten me well. You did threaten me.
He said words that might have been perceived as threatening some kind of heinous action. Really, it was just a considerate warning. In this line of business, things happen. Not by my hand, of course.
What about the other night then?
There's also. Oh,
Someone threw a
What about
brick
the
through
other
my
night?
window.
Well, I think you'll have to take that up with whoever's job it is to repair it and whoever's job it was to throw the brick. I wouldn't know
Yes,
either.
I think they're in this room.
I didn't do anything.
so someone
Hey.
threw a brick through your window, and you're convinced it's going to be one of these two, hopefully soon free people.
Hey,
Am I
Nick,
right?
can I know if Hannah's charisma score is higher or lower than mine?
Sure. This is something you get as part of your class. You spent long enough talking that you now get this information. Hannah, what is your charisma score?
18 currently.
There you go, T-Bot.
Okay. Can I know what Hannah's wisdom score is?
Is
Yep.
you allowed to know what my wisdom score is?
Inquisitive Rogue gets to do this. No,
12.
Mastermind Rogue, not Inquisitive. I keep getting it
Okay. And if the DM would be so kind, could I know one of Hannah's personality traits?
wrong. Yeah, sure. Never lies.
Also accurate.
I have to say, I'm not impressed by your hiring standards, Alana. You're not going to get very far into an investigation with someone who doesn't tend to lie.
I'm doing just fine so far.
I'm sure you are. Well,
You said Scarlet will be along soon, yes?
should
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I mean, out of character, she's outside the building right now. But in character, I'm sure she'll be along eventually. Yeah.
Scarlet is very on top of her business, and that's very helpful for me. She's quite paranoid, and paranoid people do a lot of digging, so if they do the digging, I don't have to figure things out, I just get it from them.
You get to stay here in this comfy room. Love the decor.
Oh, thank you.
I generally assume you've got a nice decorations in this place. I'm not, like, busting you up for this one. Again, doesn't lie.
I love your name. Where does it come from?
All right. Okay, what's your AC? Nice, Scarlet?
My AC 11.
Okay, that's going to beat your AC. Okay, you take... Hold on a sec. I got to roll a lot of dice.
I'm invisible, so you do need to roll that disadvantage.
I did. Yeah. Okay, it is just the crossbow. So, 25 piercing damage. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure. Also, ow, just a crossbow.
Yep, just a crossbow from
You say
someone with
just a
sneak
crossbow.
attack.
It's a very angry
15.
bow.
15. Did you say?
Yes.
Oh, you lucky. Yeah, you just. Oh no, you take half damage. Never mind.
It's
You take 12 poison damage as well. This crossbow flies
How
out of the night straight into your leg.
It would actually be 25 total because I have resistance to piercing.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Did we hear
And-
someone stumble against the front door at this juncture?
You stumble a little, and that sound is audible. You do not see where that comes from.
It's someone
Sounds like
just.
someone knocked at your door, fell onto your door.
Nice Scarlet is actually going to let out a scream.
Oh,
That's
that
how it
way then.
screams.
Running out into battle then.
And she is going to cast Mislead.
Interesting. Okay, what does mislead do?
Where I cast Mislead, an illusory double is left behind doing whatever I was doing, in this case screaming in pain, and
Oh.
I become invisible.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I have it behave in whatever way I choose, and it is going to act like it is in a lot of pain.
Smart play. Smart play. I like it.
I'm not
Meanwhile, I become invisible.
Okay, so if you're all rushing out, you're going to see Nice Scarlet on the rooftop howling in pain.
On the rooftop.
Can I see a way? Can I see a way up there?
There's a couple of ladders around this sort of area. There's a little bit of sort of scaffolding and roofing work going on recently, and they've borrowed a little bit of scaffolding from a nearby building site where there's more sort of extensive work being done.
Yep. I think Lisan's going to immediately try and get to her then.
Okay.
During this time, Nice Scarlet is going to get somewhere in better cover,
Okay,
and then she's going to
yeah.
switch her senses to the doubles, which I can do with Mislead.
Yes, you can. Okay, so you get into cover. I'm going to say that doesn't need a check because you're invisible. And you hunker down and you switch your senses to the double just as Lisanne comes up.
Nice. You okay? Nice.
No, stay back. I don't know where they are. Stay back.
Can I see anyone?
Of course, there is an arrow jutting out of her leg.
Yeah. Make me a perception check.
15.
Oh, that's poor for you.
Yeah.
You have advantage. You rolled with advantage, right?
Wait. Oh, yeah, I do, because I've got perceptive. Okay, that's better. Oddly enough, I rolled exactly 10 more than I did, so that's 25.
That's exactly what you needed. You see, fleeing over the rooftops, 2 people. And now that they're running away and they're further away, you see them in a different form than you saw them before. You're aware that there's magic that can change how people look. You can see 2 Alanas.
Shapeshifters turning into Alana.
They're running over the rooftops. These people who I will call Alana 2 and Alana 3 are running over the rooftop towards
Lisanne has
that building.
canonically no idea about.
Who Lisanne has canonically no idea about.
It's okay. They're running away.
She's going to panic and cast from her highest level spell slots.
Shit! If it matters, they're about 100 feet away, so choose something with a long range.
Well, this is going to be healing magic for...
Oh, okay, fair enough.
For the person
Heal the
on the ground. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you spend your highest
actually real
spell slot healing your best friend, nice Scarlet, who really needs the help.
Yeah.
And nothing happens and your hand goes through the illusion.
T-Bolt knows Scarlet. Would he know if this illusion is acting how Scarlet would or not?
I mean, it is acting house because it is literally doing what Scarlet was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Which I think was a very real scream of pain. So I think this one would look genuine. It was almost like she recorded herself actually genuinely being in agony.
I have a question, because it is technically an illusion. Would you say this isn't it's not technically a target, and therefore wouldn't waste the spell slot?
What does the spell say that you're casting?
Oh, mine or?
No, Lisanne.
Like, I'd argue if there isn't actually anything there, then the spell just would not cast.
Yeah, if the spell says like a creature, then I'll say no, because this is not a creature, so it won't work, and you'll get the spell slot back. But if it just is like a target, then it's fair game. Depends on the spell. Do you know the spell's name, Brie?
Healing word from a 5th level spell slot.
Do you have mass healing word? Because that's a 3rd level spell slot. But okay, yeah,
Right.
5th level healing word. It says a
Yeah,
creature
but
of your choice. So yeah, it doesn't work. Unusually to you, Lisanne, it doesn't work, and that doesn't make any sense.
What's going on? Did I make a mistake again? You do have to consider, Nick, that as incompetent as she is, she's not going to try and cast a mass spell for a single target.
True. That's fair. Yeah, and they're booking it over the rooftops.
I'm assuming we don't see that from down the street level.
No, it's really low line of sight because it's really narrow. It's like 5 foot wide alleyways, so you're looking sort of straight up, and at best you can see 1 foot into the rooftop before where it goes. You probably heard a little bit of commotion moving away. You probably heard a few footsteps on cobbles, on tile and that sort of thing. But that's about it.
Are we passing Alana a platinum earring at this juncture? Put that in.
Okay. Don't think it matches the dress, but
Yeah, well, platinum goes with everything.
agree to disagree. I mean, you can follow. There are ladders. You don't have to be down there.
Yeah, I'll slowly follow up. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I don't have anywhere near an acrobatic skill to chase.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's not acrobatics to chase someone, don't worry. It's just your speed, unless you're doing some acrobatics to chase someone, unless you're parkouring. You don't have to roll at all. You're just climbing a ladder.
Let's climb up.
So yeah, you get up there, and Lisanne is looking at her hands in confusion, and there's no Scarlet right there with a crossbow bolt through the leg, still presumably screaming in agony.
I don't know what to do. It's not working.
I tap Nice Scarlet with my cane.
Your cane goes right through.
Well, that might be your problem.
You've made it worse. She's been stabbed with a cane.
You sent her to the ethereal plane.
Scarlet, are you going to scare this dear poor girl forever?
I'll be honest.
No,
I was hoping that they'd continue the attack, and Scarlet limps out of cover, still with the bolt through her leg.
How betrayed do you feel right now, Lisa? The nice Scarlet was hoping to continue, or that they'd continue the attack while you were just up there, out in the middle of everything.
So they wouldn't attack the rest of us, right?
Mostly so I could get a good shot.
What weapons are you currently holding then, Lisa? Scarlet.
You don't see any weapons in Scarlet's hands.
Well, I have to say, quite the opposite happened then.
Lisanne immediately starts stress eating a snack.
Yeah, that's fair.
Immediately starts stress eating. Okay, I click my fingers and say word. Turn of truth. Time to vocalize. Are any of you trying to kill my client here?
Am I allowed to resist? I'm allowed to try to resist Zone of Truth, aren't I?
Yes, you
Yeah.
are. Yeah.
What do I need to roll?
Charisma saving throws.
Yeah.
DC what?
Should say
16.
spell save DC. Yeah.
Oh, that's an 18.
Cool.
So you know that Nice Scarlet has resisted.
Good to know.
That is 26.
26, you know,
Also
T-Bolt
you.
has resisted. Lisanne, are you resisting or?
From me.
I think she's going to just resist because she's confused.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You do have to do this every turn, by the way.
17.
Or you pass. And Alana?
Fine. 24.
Interesting. My spell that's shy anyway.
She's a cleric with very high charisma.
So we got interrupted, but where exactly are you from, Detective? I think you're new in town, am I correct?
You're very much incorrect.
I think the detective asked a question.
Detectives ask a question. Are you trying to kill my client?
No?
You will?
Well, that's
Yes,
a
sir.
boring question.
Scarlet?
I've certainly given it thought, but I haven't.
Alana? Are you trying to kill yourself here?
No?
Okay, good to know. Good to remove all the doubts from here. That's your question. No, I've been in karate quite a few years now, and that is genuinely the truth. But as far as I know, I wouldn't be
Oh.
over the crown if I wasn't.
Pixel inspiration before I forget for the Patreon stuff. That was great.
You must keep to yourself a lot. Don't have much on you. We can fix that, though.
I'm sure. So, and you'll probably need to make Christmas saves in a bit again. So, none of you trying to kill my client. Any idea who they might have been? I point at the probably now in the distance, scampering away would-be assassins.
They were just Alana's. I think they disguised themselves as Alana, but they were disguised as different people before.
I look at Scarlet's
Interesting
leg.
choice.
Well, whoever they were someone with a good shot.
Oh, Lisanne is going to try and heal Nice again.
I'm looking at the crossbow bolt then.
Okay.
An exceptionally good shot. I was invisible when they landed that.
Oh,
It is.
Oh, love that.
It is a very, very expensive looking crossbow bolt. It is made of silver. It is very finely balanced. This is the sort of thing that, you know, you'd use for either but this is like a show bolt, you know, if you would competitively.
Anything good?
Oh my god, Felbeck Robert.
Anything at the tip that looks like it's been spiked with something, I presume.
It has been poisoned, yes.
Well, either someone is trying to kill Nice Scarlet, or you have some professional killers after you, Alana.
Now let's check what type of poison it is.
You can have a look, yeah. If you've got poisonous kit proficiency, you can add that to an intelligence check.
I
I can
do
hand
know.
over the person who thinks that they know poisons better than me.
Well, that was a 2. So.
Two.
No,
It's poison. Kind of want to lick it.
I don't have poison immunity. I have disease immunity.
Okay. T-Bolt, what's your AC?
My AC is not good. It is 14.
Okay, that's a 17 to hit, 24 points of piercing damage, and a
Wow.
DC 15 Constitution saving throw, please.
Add 4.
That's 20 points of healing to Nice, by the way. Assuming
Oh,
she
nice.
didn't do anything to stop Lisanne
No.
touching her.
That's 6. Rolled in
Yeah,
that one.
+4. Oh dear. How much health did you lose, and how much are you on at the moment?
I was at 51. I'm now on 27.
Because that was
Nice.
26 points of poison damage. So you're now
I
on
take
1
26.
hit point.
I take 26 points of poison damage.
Okay, yeah, you can do that as an oath of the crown paladin.
Nice Scarlet is immediately going to blind fire Eldritch Blast in the direction the bolt came from.
Make a... Well, actually, it'd be a flat attack because you're still invisible, right?
Yep.
Make a flat attack.
Give me a moment. I forget how many blasts I'm firing at this level.
I think it's 2. I think it becomes 3 at 11th.
Yeah, it's only 2. The first one is a 4 plus 8, so that's a 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one's a nat 20.
I'm going to say the nat 20 hits. Yeah. Don't worry about the damage roll.
Okay.
But what this will do is reveal the position and trajectory of the people that were firing at you. Because what they'll immediately do is quaff a potion and heal. So it's wasted their potion at least, which they've always had, annoyingly.
Oh, it'll also pull them 10 feet closer to me.
Whoop.
And it'll reduce their speed by 10.
It will, yes. So your Eldritch Blast has some lovely invocations on it. So yeah, you're just blind firing. You're not sure what's going on, and you just shoot off. But some part of you, some reflexive part of you, has spotted it. It's like your subconscious saw the moving shape and blasted quickly. And you do strike a person who turns, and you see Alana there, looking surprised. Swigs a potion and sort of hobbles off along the rooftops.
Locate object, 2nd level spell.
Yeah.
I can look for nearest object of particular kind.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find the nearest one of these crossbow bolts that is not the one that's currently in my hand.
Sure.
Silver crossbow bolt with poison tip.
Okay.
Concentration 10 minutes, I'm chasing after.
Okay. It immediately alerts you to T-Bolt, where there is, sticking out of his leg, poison crossbow bolt.
Okay, yeah, ignoring the one that's also inside T-Bolt's leg.
Yeah,
as well.
no, I'm gonna, because it's a 2nd level spell. I'm not robbing you of this. You're fine. You've got a radar that's pointing you directly towards where Nice Scarlet has just fired. And you can see them. There's one of them rushing across the rooftop quite fast. The other is going a bit slower.
Let's chase after the one that's going a bit slower.
They're a fair distance away from you, but yeah, you can start the chase.
Yeah, I've got 1,000 feet on locate object for the next 10 minutes. Let's see how I do.
Okay,
yeah,
with 1,000 feet, I don't think you're going to be able to, or they're going to be able to lose you. You're faster than one of them, because one of them has been blasted to be slowed for a little bit, and you know exactly where they're going. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break here, and then when we all get back, let's roll initiative.
Yay!
Why didn't I'm not used to being a rogue. You could have just used fucking uncanny dodge.
Yeah,
you could have
used uncanny dodge.
You can do that if you want to take half the piercing damage off. Yeah.
Okay.
You could do it. You're not used to the features. It's fine. It's fine. I will actually reveal them because you were following them. Normally they would start in hiding.
What is Hannah's dexterity?
And
14,
would have hopefully have had
14.
a surprise round on you.
14.
But alas.
A surprise round after 2 free attacks, Nick? Really?
They would hopefully have had a surprise round on you because they were hoping to lead you here, hide, and then strike. But you got a nat 20 on them. So let me describe what you're seeing with the map. This is an old building site. It is abandoned completely. There's no one here. All the windows are boarded up. All the shutters are closed. There's a few torches on distant alleyways where people still live, but there's not many in this area. And one of the reasons for that is there's these barrels of TNT that look highly explosive. There's also a big old rickety crane. There's a load of bricks on the ground. You know, this is where someone was doing some building. This is a building site. The bits you're seeing around the buildings, sort of surrounding the buildings, that's scaffolding. So that's about 5 foot lower than the roof, and you can run along that, you can jump along that, that's all fine. Where you see ladders, you can get down and get up without needing a check. Otherwise, you'll be climbing up, you know, usually brickwork and all that, and that's going to take an athletics check. Alana number 2.
No surprise for you.
Damn shame. Surprise would have been great. Okay.
Why do I get the feeling it's Gloomstalk bullshit?
It's like that, yeah. Okay. I think we are going to go with... Yeah, okay, we're going to do that. All right, so hand crossbow is flying out, and this time it is aiming at Hannah. That is a 21 to hit.
That's going to hit at this juncture because I don't have AC 22 anymore.
Okay, no sneak attack. So you take 8 points of piercing damage. I will need a Constitution saving throw, please. Wait, are you immune to poison?
Nope.
No. I always think that paladins are. It's disease.
15 dead.
That
add
passes.
a D4 to that. Oh, never mind.
It passes. 15's the DC. So yeah, this crossbow bolt strikes your new breastplate and dents it a little bit. It hurts. It takes the wind out of you a little, but you are still okay.
I'm assuming my locate object sensors now and going, there, it's there, it's there.
Yep.
Turn that off now.
Alana 2 dives off the rooftop and lands in this hay bale and disappears.
I'm sure you'd let me know if there was anything I was meant to be rolling here, Nick.
Don't think there's anything you're meant to be rolling.
Just putting that out there.
I mean, if you think there's something that you should be rolling, DM me it on like Discord, because you know my memory. But
I haven't been given enough clues in character yet to know what I'm rolling yet.
Nat
the character
20
whose
on the
name
stuff.
begins with A dives off of the roof and then into the hay bale, infringing on no copyright whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed it. And rolled a nat 20 on the stealth amazingly, so is now invisible thanks to diving into a hay bale.
So she disappeared into the hay for the hay bale?
Yeah, but you don't know if she's still there or not.
How low down is that hay bale?
That hay bale's about 20 feet down, but it seems to have cushioned her fall.
Yeah, that's how that works, falling on wood.
Shut up, let me have this. Any of you can do it as well. Okay, we go to Lisanne.
This light dusting of hay is going to be perfect for this cart full of rocks.
Yeah. Just Alana 2 snaps her spine. It's like the TwitchCon all over again.
What a timely reference.
Yes. It's only a year or two off.
Lisanne is going to start hyperventilating a bit, and she's going to say, okay. The abbot made me practice this a few times. I think I can do this. And she smalls out a small golden reliquary and starts chanting. And this is casting Summon Celestial.
Very nice. Okay. Let me bring in a Celestial for you.
Right, and I'm going to say this looks biblically accurate. So it's basically just like a mace with a load of wings and eyeballs.
Oh, very nice.
Are they supposed to look like that? I'm not afraid.
Okay.
Help.
You have your Celestial. Anything else happen with the Summon Celestial?
No, it just summons a celestial and that's it.
Yeah,
sort of sits there,
no
chill.
biggie. Just like, the power of my god manifests in the form that can influence the material plane. It's no biggie.
Okay.
If your enemy's not that religious, then it doesn't really do much.
Over to Alana number 3 then.
Oh, my Celestial's doing a thing. Its initiative is right after mine.
Got you. Okay.
You know, I better select Avenger because I don't think a Defender's going to be much use because I doubt the alarms are going to come and attack. Yeah, it's basically just a bow covered in wings and eyes, and it's going to draw itself and fire at Alana number
3.
3.
Okay.
Alana number 1. Betrayal.
Point blank as well.
Is it betrayal if they've openly admitted that they prefer you not be there?
Yeah. This has all been a distraction, and Lisanne was actually the murderer.
Okay, after this battle, we'll deal with her, okay? She's not a very nice person at all. She's saying this within full earshot of Alana.
Is that a Morgan?
Make your attack. Alana is giving you the stink eye.
Okay, let's get her super quickly. She's scary. Okay, my spell attack modifier to hit. That's 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay, let's see what Celestial's packing.
A biblically accurate mace.
Well, an arrow. So it shoots an arrow at Alana number 3, dealing 2d6 plus 2 plus the spell's level radiant damage. So that's 2d6 plus 7 for a total of 10 points of radiant damage.
10 radiant. Okay. And this is a spell attack, right?
Technically, no. It's the creature's actual attack. It just uses a spell attack modifier.
Right, it's an attack roll, though. Okay,
Yeah, it's
dodge.
an attack roll.
Cool.
I'd have thought that would have done more damage.
So what you've just seen is Alana Free do a sort of matrix dodge backwards, and it grazes her on the way past this bolt, but does not strike true.
Hey, I think she's just going to sort of shrink back a bit behind Hannah.
Into a corn cob, yeah. Okay, Alana number 3's go.
I'm not owned. I'm not owned.
Ooh, why not? Yeah. This one's getting closer up to this other chimney. Still using it for cover. Not big enough to hide behind, but using it for cover. He's going to get closer and is going to strike at you with the hand crossbow. This one is aiming for Lisanne, I think. That's not great. That is going to be a 15 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit.
Doesn't hit? Nope. Okay, that's a miss.
Yeah.
And
Lisanne just flinches and realised it got caught in her armour anyway.
slides down the roof, flips onto the ground. Takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage, and is going to bonus action hide. They're rolling well now. They're both invisible.
With what DC? You got a passive, of course you know.
I've got your passives, and it's above all of your passives.
Wow.
I haven't rolled under a 15 for their hiding, let me put it that way. And that's unmodified 15.
Well, thank you for taking that bolt from me, detective. Very gracious of you. Though I don't like our odds here. Bye. And then he disappears. He casts invisibility.
Okay.
And 15, 20, 25, 30. That's T-Bolt's turn.
Got a vague idea where they vanished to.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Yeah.
Off this roof, onto this scree. And
Okay.
then down here. That's
Make me
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
an acrobatics check, please.
If you were landing on a wooden cart full of hay, this wouldn't have been as hard
No.
to DC.
4. Is that with your modifier?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Okay, you land prone. You can get back up for half your movement.
Well, that's me standing there. As it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I can't get on there because that's difficult terrain, I presume.
You can dash to keep going if you want to.
Yeah, bonus action dash then.
Full action dash for you.
In fact, yeah, full action dash, and I can't. There's no charge in this edition, so
No.
no brain. Yeah, full action dash to get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, from where you are, you reveal Alana Free.
Okay, so there is an Alana free here. It's a full action to do a check, isn't it? So that's my entire turn at this juncture, aside from
It was a full action for your dash.
any
Yeah.
bonus actions. Yeah, so I've got bonus actions left if applicable, and I do have spells. Yeah, magic weapon on myself.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know that there's not many better positions, but I love how you set yourself up not only to be flanked on your next turn, but you're all standing beside 3 barrels of TNT.
Yep.
Nice Scarlet.
Okay, so Nice Scott is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Would
Okay.
be an action to tell if she's in there or not. Would that be a full
Yeah,
action?
it would be an action to search through.
And I don't see her anywhere else, do I?
No, you can still attack the space if you want. It's at disadvantage because you can't see them, but you can still attack a space that you suspect someone to be in.
Yeah.
It just
yeah,
if they're not there, it automatically fails, of course. But
Stabbing hay is a valid strategy.
Give me a moment. I need to see what this particular spell does. Okay, no, I don't want to be using that. Wait, I got an idea. 25, 30. Yeah, I'll move. I'll go around this way. Okay, that's my turn.
okay,
No, bonus, full action dash. 5, 10, 15.
okay, you reveal Alana too
Uh-oh.
Oops.
as you come around the corner. I would say you'd spot her about here if you want to be not in engagement range.
Yeah, in that case, that will be my turn.
Okay, Alana is seeing all of this, going to hop down here and take a hide over here. She is not getting involved in this, and she does not want to be a priority target. Alana too has seen Nice Scarlet come around. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice Scarlet. Alana lunges at you. Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
I probably can. That is a +4 to my charisma. That is a 16.
Alana 2 vanishes. Lisanne, over to you.
Question, was that a spell Alana just cast?
Yes.
I want to wait the spell slot.
So just to be certain, if we get on top of this thing here, there won't be a pulse that reaches out all over the city, and then we'll have all of the map information, including the locations of our enemies.
It's just a crane with some bricks on it, all right? It's not every Ubisoft thing. I do like it.
Pretty sure vantage points were in Assassin's Creed as well.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's where they came from doing that stuff. Yeah.
So, are you considering a dispel magic?
Yeah, I'm considering it, but do I want to cast it? Can I use my reaction to try and divine what she just cast?
Yeah, you would have been able to do that when the casting happened. So, make me an Arcana check.
Okay, Arcana. Oh, good, I'm proficient with this, but that's 11.
That won't be enough, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to say Lisanne in character probably wouldn't feel competent enough to try and cast it without, so I think instead she's going to try and cast range on Sacred Flame, 60 feet. Cool. She's going to basically nervously chant something, and flames are just going to erupt here.
Sacred Flame is a creature that you can see within range.
Okay. If I get to the ground, do I still have a line of sight on Nice?
Yeah.
Yep. In that case, I think what she's going to do is she's going to move down the ladder, move forwards. Hey, does anyone need healing?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all need healing, but
you can't see
I'm actually
T-Bolt.
pretty good.
Hannah, you can see, and does need healing.
I'm actually pretty good. Don't worry about me.
Oh yeah, because I gave you like 20 hit points of healing. I'll walk up to Hannah and cast Cure Wounds. Would a second level spell slot do it?
I wish that does.
2d8 plus a bunch of bonuses.
I'm 34 down.
You're a life domain cleric,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, so I get 2 plus 2 per level or something. Yeah, 2 plus the level of the spell slot.
So an extra 6 on top of the 2d8.
Yes, that's 2d8 plus 6. Would that be enough? Yeah, let's make it. Wait.
Wouldn't worry too much about the maths. You can always cast it again later.
Yeah, I'll just make it a second level one. So that's 2d8 plus 6. 17 points of healing.
Thank you, Bree.
Nice. And your Celestial.
Then, my Celestial is going to shoot an arrow at Alana Free.
Okay. From that position, Alana Free has 3/4 cover.
Oh, yeah, because of the. I'm going to have the Celestial get to the top of the roof.
Okay.
Is that a clear line of sight?
Half cover, but yeah, it's better for sure. Still half cover. It's going to be half cover anywhere. This is a full-on building.
Oh yeah. For what it's worth, the Celestial is flying.
Well, if you fly over to here, you'll be okay, but from here, no.
Okay, so the Celestial can't just go higher in the air to get a...
That'd make it even harder, if anything, because this roof is going to be in the way.
send it over here so that I can grab on and then ride it down.
Sure, why not? Wait. Yeah, that's 40 feet.
That'd be fine. That would be no cover.
Okay, I'm going to roll that immediately. Okay, I'm not going to even look at the attack bonus again because that was a natural 1.
Ooh, unfortunate. Okay. Over to Alana Free. And Alana Free is going to climb over here and move around to Lisanne and make 2 dagger attacks. So the first one's a 14 to hit. The second one is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, okay, so that junk try trigger sentinel, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah. 14 hit does not hit. The 19 does hit.
Okay, so you're going to take 7 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do I get any bonuses from being near Hannah?
+4.
+4. Yeah, that's a total of +5. That's not too bad.
And I get a
Natural
reaction.
20 for a 24.
24 passes. So you're going to take half of this. So you're going to take 12 poison damage.
Okay, so that's 19 total.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there go my temporary hit points.
I'll need a Constitution save for concentration, as you're concentrating on your Celestial.
What's 100 minus 15 again? 85.
I said it out loud, now I know.
And the concentration saving throw is 17.
70's fine, yeah. So
Sentinel.
Celestial is still up. Right, Hannah. Sentineling.
Sentinel. Okay, normally we would +6, +7 because of magic weapon.
Yep,
AC 19.
that hits. Roll damage.
Oh, is it your turn?
No, it's my opportunity.
Sentinel.
Ah.
Yeah.
I always forget about Sentinel.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, someone attacked someone next to me, so I get to hit them. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage, very good. Very good indeed.
I can't smite on opportunity, can I?
Yeah. You can smite anytime you
Oh,
hit.
smite's not. But I don't get multiple attacks on opportunity, do I?
No multiple attacks, but you do get your smite, yeah.
I still love the hag
Burn
fight
spell slot.
where we faced Mirror Hannah, who also had the Sentinel feat.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's burn the 3rd level on this one. I get at least 4d8 on this one.
Ooh, spicy. Okay.
Yeah, 1d8 plus 1d8 for each spell slot you use above higher than 1st level. Oh, so no, sorry, just 3d8. Sorry, my bad. 3d8. Is it fiend and is it undead?
No.
Okay, so 3d8.
4d8, I think. I'm looking at this. It's 2d8 for a first level spell and then 1d8 for each slot afterwards.
Cool. 27 smite.
Woo! 27! That's a lot of damage. Okay. That is
Radiant,
a bloodied
and all
Alana
the
free.
And all this is magic because of magic weapon.
All of this is magic, yeah. So what happens when you bloody Alana free is she starts screaming at you and her face warps and takes shape into 8 or 9 different forms. Every creature within 30 feet. I need a wisdom saving throw, please. Hannah, you are immune.
Everyone else got +4. Well,
Hang on, this was under Arcana.
+4.
Hannah, you're immune because you've seen this before.
Yep.
Not great with those.
Wait, so is that, do I get an extra 4 to my save?
Yeah,
Yes.
from being near Hannah. I don't think T-Bolt gets it.
No one else
Okay.
gets it.
Yeah.
16.
16?
I roll.
Okay. That passes.
30.
30 passes. Shit the bed. Nice, Scarlet, you don't have to roll.
Are you okay? Wait, no, we're fighting you. Sorry, you're not supposed to be okay. It's fine.
This
She just
face
stabbed
just
you,
like
and I just
warps back
smited
again.
her.
It was like for a second it was made out of clay and it ripped to the side and then warped back and it looked horrifying.
Cool. So I know it's still Alana Free's turn.
You can say
as part
something
of the
if you would
reaction. I would like to just go through the code phrases and just mutter one of them.
And you get one back.
Fuck. Okay,
And
I know what I'm
Alana
dealing
Free
with.
says, I take it the gig's up. I'm going to rename them. Because Keith knows who they are.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
These parents.
Yeah! The Changeling Assassins. 30 and 7.
40 and 7.
40
yes.
and 7, sorry. 40 and 7, yes.
Still in the form of Alana. This
Still in the form of Alana, but Hannah knows who they are now.
This is technically Eao's fault.
Yes,
It is entirely Eao's fault.
That's why I was laughing earlier when you were saying this was somehow Ao's fault. Okay, that's 7.
I do not see how this is Ao's fault.
you
hired him.
recommended Hannah's parents to Alana in the bathroom.
T-Bolt, it's your go.
All right, I'm going to use a bonus action to help Hannah on her next attack roll. And in Alana's voice, T-Bolt is going to say, don't retreat. They look like they're weakening.
Very nice. So, Hannah, you have advantage on your next attack because T-Bolt's taken the help action. This is something anyone can do as an action when you are next to the person someone's targeting. So if you're next to, say, 7, you can take the help action and give someone else advantage on their roll. Because T-Bolt is a mastermind, he can do it from anywhere. Well, specifically a certain distance, but realistically from anywhere. Yeah, as a bonus action.
And I'm doing it PSYOP style.
Yeah.
And then, can I prepare an improvised action?
Go on. Tell me what you want to prepare.
Okay, so is the Celestial going to be going down there?
Up to Brie.
Down where?
Down close to where you folk are.
Probably not. It's a ranged attacker.
Could always dive in the hay bale.
I could.
I mean, if you need a lift from the Celestial, I'm sure you can. If you try and communicate that to Lisanne, she'd be happy to oblige. She's very obliging.
Yeah, T-Bot's just going to say, "Bring the Celestial down."
Nice.
And then
Okay.
when the Celestial's going to move on Lisanne's turn, T-Bot is going to grab onto the handle. Push
Okay.
down with it.
That's great. Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely. We go to Hannah.
What are you doing here?
It's just business.
You're retired.
Well, you spend so long in retirement, and there's only so much bridge I can play.
You retired to go work on a farm.
Yeah, you get bored, don't you? The farm's doing fine. Don't worry. Left it in very capable hands. Eduardo is a fantastic stable boy. But, well, kind of just missed the life sometimes.
Hannah was told that her parents went to work in a farm upstate.
Okay, let's see which one. The one I'm actually up against. Going to attack. And
With
unless otherwise
advantage.
stated, yeah, and unless otherwise stated, going for unconsciousness for all this.
Of course.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 is a crit. Here we go. Are you smiting?
I'm a smiting. Yeah, I'm smiting.
Yeah!
Was it the second roll, the natural 20?
That was just advantage.
Hey, T-Ball's happy.
Yeah. Let's burn the final third level spell slot. So that means I'm rolling 5d8 by the sounds of it.
No. So,
Oh, sorry, 10d8.
yeah. Yeah, 10d8 damage. 8d8 of which is radiant, 2d8 of which is going to be slashing, piercing,
Oh
whatever
my
it is.
god, I just realized
Magic.
Cat said it. 47. How did I not come on?
Yeah,
So the radiant damage is pretty low, 30.
30. Okay.
The magic weapon damage is 7.
Okay.
Almost 10 below their name.
7 collapses. Unconscious, with this divine might sort of sending them backwards into the bricks, and they slump unconscious, but still alive, obviously. Non-lethal.
In keeping the form of Alana.
Yep.
The hell that works.
Yeah, keeping the form of
Stay
Alana.
down.
And I'm not going to delete them, but I'm just going to put
Yeah.
them upside down to show that they're out.
Yeah. I technically have another attack left, but I'm not going to use it.
I mean, Lisanne's right there.
Yes.
You are right next to some TNT barrels. You
Just-
Armed and dangerous.
Just continuing my ultimate desire of having Keith attack Bree. It happens
5.
every 4 or 5 sessions.
6.
I mean, if anything, I'm
30
pretty
foot
sure you
down.
had me attack, my character attack Keith's.
You have, yes.
Yeah.
And I moved past this way, past Ninth Scar, because I've lost track of where 40
Yeah,
is.
that's fine. Okay, we got a nice
On
Scarlet.
40.
Nice Scarlet. You don't do anything. Nice Scarlet, what you do is you run
Oh.
over to here, and you are going to stab Lisanne.
Oh, so bearing in mind I ran past Nice Scar at this junction.
Yeah,
do
she
I get
didn't
attack
take an attack of
She didn't
opportunity
take-
on you. No, she
Okay.
chose not to attack her child. So,
Oh, you monster!
yes.
I don't get a passive perception check to recognize.
The spell
my
that
own
was
mother.
cast was banishment.
Nice.
So Nice Scarlet
Wonderful.
is currently in a demi-plane while a changeling runs through. I'm counting this as a
Very-
sneak attack.
Quick timeout. I've seen some of the names rotating on the stream. Are we sure it's just a demi-plane?
Well. Ooh, yeah. Oh my god, Nice Scarlet, you're in hell. You're in hell right now. You're not in a demi-plane, you are in hell.
It's not sick, but she's not well.
Oh wow, that's going to be terrible if
I'm
if
sorry to
no one
Rule's
drops
lawyer with
concentration.
massively
No,
badly,
that's
but
great.
oh dear.
That is great. Nice, Scarlet. There's a hell of a party going on. It is metal as fuck. Right. Okay. There's a tiefling doing taxes down there, just constantly. Got kind of like a Welsh accent. Right. Yeah. So I'm counting.
British kid who's just passing through.
Infernal accent.
Yes, an infernal accent, sorry. I'm counting this as a sneak attack, because that's what I put on the stat block. When they are impersonating someone, they get sneak attack. So, yeah, Lisanne does... yeah, you said, hey, just as a 24 to hit comes in.
That hits.
Okay, and the second attack, following up another 24 to hit. So first of all, we'll do the hit with the sneak attack. So that is going to be... Let's do the sneak attack first. That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. And
I've got a horrible feeling that my ride is going to flake on me.
The second one is 5 points of piercing damage. So that's 23 points total. I almost gave you information if you were going to uncanny dodge it, but you can't. I've just forgot you're not a rogue. I'm just so used to it. And then I'm going to need... I'm going to need 2 Constitution saving throws, please.
Okay. First one is... Presumably Hannah's not close enough that I get the...
No, it's 10
bonus.
feet.
Sorry.
That's going to be +1 to each one. So it'll be fine. 17.
Mm-hmm. It's 1 pass.
Natural 20 for a 21.
2 passes, you take 24 poison damage.
I think that's my third one this session, and they're all stuff that I don't even get anything out of.
That's the power of God.
I, as a banished creature, cast a spell magic on myself to return.
No, you've got to cast a spell magic on 30, which almost happened.
Specifically.
I was like, oh my God, if you had done it.
We've got to get that spell deconcentrated within the next 9 rounds, otherwise you are permanently banished.
Yeah, this is something Iris is pretty familiar with, because this also happens to Eao, who is not from the material plane.
Quite often, actually.
Question.
Yeah. Yep.
Can't Succubi just cast plane shift anyway, or am I thinking of something else?
Not this one. I've massively reduced the amount of power that Nice Scarlet has from that side of things. Most of Nice Scarlet's powers are coming from her class instead. She does get a little bit. She does get something. But yeah, so yeah, you took 24 poison damage. You took all of the physical damage. How are you doing?
Okay, wait. Did I get a Constitution saving throw for the physical damage?
No. But actually, I'll need 2 concentration checks, please.
I made those.
No, you did 2 constitution saves for poison.
For the poison.
Oh, I thought those were the...
Oh no, those were for avoiding poison damage. I'll need 2 more now because you've taken 2 sources of damage.
Oh wait,
just don't roll less than a 10, basically.
Yeah, that's 9, unfortunately.
Celestial's gone, I'm afraid.
No.
Yeah. And that's going to lower.
You can't see it, but T-Bolt is just standing there, like.
While you're doing that, Nice Scarlet brings out a jar of alchemist fire and throws it here. And let me just check the radius. Oh yeah, just about. T-Bolt, Lisanne, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
25.
6. Okay. So 25, T-Bolt, you're going to take no damage because it was a dex save and you've got evasion. Lisanne, you take another 34 fire damage.
34?
It's a fireball. Boom, 8d6 fire damage. Yeah, and I rolled high on that. Good lord, I got 3 6s out of that. 2 1s though, so actually it's not that far off.
Are you still up?
Yep, I've got 9 hit points there.
Yep, so boom, and that TNT barrel explodes and the buildings around are ignited. They are on fire. Staying in this circle is going to deal you fire damage at the end of your turn.
On my turn.
Yeah, T-Bolt, you have the chance to move out because you've already taken the fireball damage. You're not going to take extra damage. But anyone staying in there...
make a constitution check because the TNT was poisoned.
Oh, make me a... Oh, no, you're not concentrating anymore. You're okay. Alana is staying right where she is. And it is now 40's go. And actually, I've just remembered what I wrote for the ability that I call impersonate. Is that Nice Scarlet reappears there, and at the start of 30 reappears where Nice Scarlet was. 30 chooses where Nice Scarlet reappears, basically, but the banishment is ended.
So does this essentially just give 32 turns in a row?
It does. It's great, isn't it?
A legendary action.
It is a recharge ability. It's not something she can do all the time.
Cool.
Actually, I should roll, see if it recharges. No. Okay. Because she could have done it to Lisanne, and that would have been very funny. Okay. Well, she's right there. Lisanne's right there. It's double dagger time. Okay. Neither of those are at advantage, though, of course, anymore, because you can now see 30. So these are... I've rolled the same number twice. 19 to hit.
They both hit.
Okay. So you are going to take 18 points of piercing damage.
Down I go.
And then... No, it physically can't kill you. I think. Well, let's see whether you take 2 death save failures automatically from the second attack, shall we? So the first attack would have been 18 points of piercing damage, which took you down, and then I think 18 took you down. Second one then hits,
9 points.
and so you are 2 death save failures.
Yep.
40 waves at Hannah. We must get coffee after this.
Blah.
Oh, it's just business. All right, Lisanne, death saving throw, please. You may actually die.
I really should throw all this dice, huh?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Do it.
12.
First pass. Okay, 7 is down and unconscious. T-Bolt.
All right. How much to climb onto the roof again?
Because there's no like handholds or anything, it's going to be an athletics check to get up there.
Isn't just 5 feet?
Oh yeah, you're on the scaffolding. Sorry, you're on the scaffolding. Yes, 5 feet. So that's going to be 10 feet of movement because you don't have a climb speed.
Or can I do a diagonal?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
How long do you stay invisible for? And that's not like concentration, right?
An hour, so long as I keep concentration.
Oh, so I'll need a concentration check for when you took damage from the fireball.
I didn't take damage from the fireball.
No, evasion. Bloody rogues. Continue. Sorry.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I'll give Hannah some aid on her next attack against Ferdy.
That sounds good.
She's distracted, attacking Lisanne. Do something about it.
Nice. Anything else?
No, that's it.
You've still got your action.
Have I?
Yeah, it was a bonus action to do help.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do I have anything worth spending an action on?
You got like a crossbow or something?
And suppose you have
No.
some sort of healing darts.
Did you not take any weapons at all?
I have weapons, they're just all melee. Yeah. Oh, well.
You don't
I
have
can
to
dash.
take an action.
Dash.
You can do it.
Yeah, just dash.
Dash, yeah.
5,
Dodge, whatever works.
And then down the ladder would be 10.
Yep.
15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay, that sounds great. Hannah, you're up. Lisanne's just hit the deck.
This round. Yeah, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's retcon that. So I dashed first, and then I whispered the help.
Okay, that sounds good.
Hey, Lisanne, guess what? You get 40 points of healing back.
Lay on hands. Yes.
Lay on damn hands, yeah.
Very good.
Burn most of my lay on hands there.
It's having a horrible dream. Oh.
In fact, if I can get over to here instead, that'd be better, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can get over there. And I'm also like pointing accusingly at 40 here, going, "Who's hired you?"
Well, that would be telling.
It would be. I'm asking.
Come on, you know the rules. I can't tell anyone.
The rules are also you retired as well. I think we're way past that point.
Fine.
From nowhere in particular, a voice is just heard. Ooh.
There's a fey folk of some kind. Works at that magical school.
Dunwich. No, not Dunwich.
No, you know what? We'll keep that. That's
Wow.
fine. She's gonna go. Yeah, no,
Wow.
totally was done.
Silverstride.
Silver
Stride.
Stride.
T-Ball's got it, but yeah, I
Silverstride.
love that's where you went first.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, would it?
No, I mean it's true.
It wouldn't be the first time, no. Silverstride's hired you.
Hey, it's good money.
You're going back to the farm.
I mean, yeah, with the
You're
money.
taking mum with you now back to the farm.
Look, why don't you and I work together, kill the target, you run off, I'll help you vanish, we'll vanish, meet up at the farm for maybe a glass of wine or something.
It's not how this works anymore.
I like how this Hannah has reservations about killing this target when we've absolutely killed Alana in the past multiple times.
Yeah.
You don't know why. The problem is,
Come on, there's no good people here.
no, there are plenty of good people in this town, and
No
you're
one
currently
missing.
endangering them.
Lisan is right there.
That's
No one
not,
will miss it.
That doesn't matter. I have promised this town I protect it. Now you back the fuck off my turf.
You always were so rigid. Roll me persuasion, please. With advantage.
Do I get anything for this? With advantage.
Add +4 to it as well.
With advantage, before the +4, 22.
22.
Add the +4.
26,
You have
right?
it.
26 if I'm getting bonuses.
You actually don't have a choice. You have to roll this +4. I'm the one who determines when it's rolled.
The DC was 5, and you rolled a 26. Looks at you and says, "You always were a good influence on us." Do you think she'd be proud of you?
I hope so.
Takes a hand and tosses your hair. She'd be proud of you.
I'll shift back.
And so Fully lifts up 7 over his shoulder and is like, "You let us go?"
Get going.
All right. It's good seeing you again, though. We should meet up for coffee.
I'll shift back in town.
Okay, and the world melts away to
Ah,
blackness. And
The last thing here is Lisan shouting, "No, stop right there, criminal scum!"
Shay, you return to the null zone, changed. An ember of hope rekindled in your heart. You spy the Lich approaching your allies. Xephos' triumph roars in your head. Do you feel a calm descend on you? Your duty to them, to her, and everything she stands for has not yet ended. It can't end as long as you yet draw a breath. Congratulations. Nice quick change as well. You level up.
woo.
Gargoyle.
Level 11.
Sweetness of melting candle wax and the earthy crunch of dried centipedes. You're back in Scaventry. In your old bedroom. The chair a little small for you, but just as comfortable. An old, weighty artificer's notebook sits open in your lap. Doodles of gadgets and scratch notes from angular marginalia in the borders. A furious storm full of bluster and power thunders outside Home Tree. But that's somebody else's problem. No sense sticking your neck out. We will return next week for Featherfall. Penultimate episode of the Guild of Icons. I'm very excited.
Everybody's going
You'll be
to.
fine.
Hey,
It's gonna be
Happy
great.
birthday, Nick.
Oh,
No. All right, I'm going to the outro now, so you'll shut up.